Local police want your help getting the area's most wanted fugitives off the streets.
Tonight we're talking to Talon's Chief of Police to take a look at this week's worst offenders. News 10's Krystle Henderson is in the news center with more. Krystle?
Last week we told you about a gang-related attempted murder suspect at the top of Medford's most wanted list. Now that same suspect is also a priority for Talent Police. Chief Mike Moran joins us now. So tell me, why do you want this suspect?
Well, we've been looking at him for a burglary for quite a while. The investigation has come to a peak at about the same time that Medford's investigation led to their charges forthcoming. So we're looking for him as a burglary suspect. And some time ago, he burglarized the home of a relative, and during that time stole a 51-inch color TV. So we are now at the point where the investigation has clearly identified him as the suspect, and now we want to arrest him and lodge him for that charge.
Is it unusual to have two different agencies, Talent and Medford, looking for the same guy?
Well, more and more, unfortunately, we're seeing that happen. And we have a good relationship, of course, with all law enforcement, and we enjoy working with Medford on this case particularly. They have a lot of resources that we can draw upon. But occasionally, we'll have some information that helps them further a case, and that's kind of the situation here. They had a big case, and we sort of tagged along, and also were able to put together our case at about the same time. But unfortunately, things like this happen more and more amongst agencies in the Valley.
Okay. And now I understand the suspect may know the victim in this burglary case?
Right. The victim in this case is a relative of the suspect. So my word of caution to friends who may be harboring him, number one, that's a crime in itself if you knowingly harbor a fugitive. Secondarily, though, what happens a lot of times is suspects will give the fruits of the crime to a friend. Hey, I'll give you this at a discount rate, or mind hanging on to this for me. That also can be a crime in itself.
Do you consider the suspect dangerous?
I would use caution if I were a citizen. I would call the police and back off, just in case. He has been involved in one violent situation that we know of already at this point.
Now, if anybody sees the suspect, what should they do?
They should call 911 and say, here's where he is at this point, and we'll send an officer.
Thank you so much, Chief Mike Moran. Coming up later on News 10, Moran won't be talking about criminals, but instead what you need to know before sending your kids to school tomorrow. Covering your news, Krystle Henderson, News 10.